crash outs. Many people love them, but only a few weirdos hate them. You see, in case you aren't in tune with all the slang that's been going around for, I don't know, the past 10 years or so, a crash out is somebody in real life or in fiction who eventually decided that enough is enough and goes on to commit an act of extreme violence that they may or may not end up regretting in the future. Sometimes it's serious, other times it's actually kind of funny. Either way, it could be entertaining as hell to watch. One particular case, which also happens to be the subject of this video, is D-16 from Transformers 1, who may just be Cybertron's biggest crash out, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. We witnessed our humble king going from an innocent by-the-books energon miner to the sadistic and violent, mass-murdering tyrant known as Megatron, all for reasons that may or may not be justified. I'm just saying, we're gonna talk about the movie in his full story, along with those specific reasons in this video, bro. But before we dive into this video, like how I be diving inside my imaginary girlfriend, why did I just say that? What the fuck? I got an announcement though. This video is sponsored by me. Shout out to the new community Discord server, bro. Yes, sir. Go join it, man. The link for it is in the description box below. Also, if you like my stuff over here, then feel free to tap into the second channel, man. I upload way more often over there. So, same thing. Link for it is in the description. You'll see it down here somewhere. Come on. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, humans of all races and ages, grab a snack, get a drink, cuddle up with your significant other if you got one of those, and strap in because this is literally about to be a movie. So, our story of the humble D-16 begins in a not-so-lovely Cybertronian city named Iacon. You see, the entire city is basically living on a struggle bus right now, man. It's bad. It primarily relies on a cogless, who are expendable slaves, born without the ability to transform, forced to gather with little veins of energon that remained underneath the city for the rest of their lives. You might ask, how did Iacon get to this point? Well, I gotta start from the beginning of the lore so this entire video can make sense. So the original 13 primes, right? They used the power of the matrix of leadership to not only rule the planet with a fair hand, but it also allowed energon to flow freely through the planet itself. During this time though, an alien race called the Quintessons will begin their surface invasion of Cybertron, which led to the 13 primes getting rolled and smoked while losing the matrix, just like how these niggas lost their lives. It just vanished. But only one individual apparently survived this conflict of rule afterwards. This person would make constant journeys to the surface of Cybertron in his attempts at reclaiming the matrix of leadership, and his name was Sentinel Prime. Wait a minute, damn it, I used the wrong picture. It's Sentinel motherfucking Prime. So one day, a curious cogless miner, okay, not that kind of miner, relax, buddy. But a certain red and blue cogless worker named Orion Pax was starving for more information regarding the lost matrix of leadership. He dreamt about his people being able to live free lives and restoring Cybertron to its former glory. But his hunger for more knowledge often, led him to sneaking into Iacon's data archives though. And in this latest attempt, he got caught lacking by nearby security drones and guardsmen. Bro, look at the size difference between these niggas. Pax has no chance of fighting them, bro. Oh my god. Luckily though, Pax had the Joestar's family secret technique loaded in a tuck and did the dash on these big burly bastards. He started running through the city with his woes like he was Drake. But just as the guards catch up to Orion at a train station, an unaware D-16 finally appears and serves as a distraction, saving Orion's life as they casually enter the train so they can head on over to work. I'm not gonna lie, bro. D-16 was a real nigga for this. Saving your brother's life when you don't even know the context or the severity of the situation you're in, like, come on. That is real brotherhood right there, man. I gotta respect it. We find out that Orion hid in D-16's minecart, and the two started talking about what was found in Orion's latest adventure into the data archives. As they're discussing the whereabouts of Sentinel and the location of the Matrix, I'd figured I mentioned that a key character trait of D-16 is that he is a firm stickler to following protocol and nothing else. Orion asks him what he would do if energon ever started flowing naturally again, and D responds with,
"We're miners. We mine, that's all."
Like, sheesh, brother, there's more to life than sitting there risking yours in the mines. But then again, doing manual labor is all what the cogless knows ever since their birth. Living your life like this, knowing you were born for one purpose and one purpose only, can definitely take a toll on you as an individual, leading you down a dark path of despair, eventually having your ass go insane. So just take note that desiring the ability to transform to become more than what you were born for and to have free will is what separates Orion Pax from D-16, who the latter tried to reassure Pax to continue continue with his daily routine and to put his faith in the Sentinel. But back to their one-on-one conversation. Pax brings up transformation cogs and starts asking D about them, but bro interrupted him mid-sentence and says with confidence,
I'd transform into a shovel and beat you.
Pause, bro. Whoa. Where the f did this come from? That was a little unnecessary, don't you think? Let me find out bro got some anger issues or something. Like, yo, you need to resolve that. But another fact that we have to learn about D-16 is that he is Megatron Prime's biggest glazer. He idolizes him for being the strongest Prime who's ever lived. FYI, which is also the exact same philosophy that a certain menace named Megatron leads by in other continuities. So when Orion Pax pulled out and gave D-16 a purple Megatronus decal that looks ominously similar to the insignia used by a particular evil faction, best believe D-16 got hyped and started creaming his pants for it. Okay, oh, that sounded crazy out of context. Wait. Fast forward, and we see that the bots made it into work. We get introduced to another key character named Alita 1, and we witness Orion hyping himself up and trying to spit game at her. But she ended up cooking this man by saying he didn't have the touch or the power to meet today's mining quota. Damn, that is a certified violation. They were putting in work in the mining tunnels until an explosive accident occurred, leaving Jazz getting his leg trapped underneath some rubble. Orion and D-16 called in Alita and told her that they were going to assist Jazz, but she told them to stick to protocol and evacuate, leaving Jazz out there for dead. Yeah, this following protocol thing is going to be a major concept going forward, by the way, just so you know. The dynamic duo ended up freeing Jazz and escaped, and a random officer named Darkwing put up on Alita to fire and demote her just because her team broke protocol to save someone's life. Damn. Getting fired and demoted at the same time is crazy. I didn't even know that was possible. Pax tried to flip Darkwing off, but bro went in for a swing. D-16 catches Darkwing's hand, understandably punches Orion in the face for being a dickhead, and later got his own face rearranged for resisting against a superior officer. Oh my god. Fast forward again, and we see all the remaining mining crew in their living quarters. Sentinel Prime appears via hologram across the entire city and promises to everyone that he's still continuing his search for the Matrix, but he also announces a citywide race called the Iacon 5000. It'll be taking place the very next day, and all miners are able to take the day off and spectate. Wow, this Sentinel Prime guy is such a kind and trustworthy leader, right? Right, guys? Ah, fuck. Orion woke D-16 up in the middle of the night, took him outside, and was like, what if we ran into Iacon 5000 tomorrow? But D-16 replies with,
what if I kill you for waking me up?
Okay, buddy. First, you want to beat Orion to death as a shovel. You clocked him in the face, and now you're just talking about killing him? If this isn't playful foreshadowing, then I don't know what is. But D-16 tells Pac that they quite literally stand no chance. There are actual Transformers competing in the race, and they can't transform. They're cooked. He goes back to his station to sleep, but Orion has another idea up his sleeve. The next day, Orion brings D-16 to the Iacon 5000 by taking a side path there. As they closed in on their destination while roasting each other by telling one to stop acting like a stuck-up glitch. Hey, that's the words, not mine, relax. We see that Orion gave D-16 a front-seated view of the race by bringing him inside the maintenance area of the startup sign. He was initially in disbelief though, because as D-16 was following Orion, he says,
if you make me miss any part of the Iacon 5000, I swear I will smelt your face right off.
See, now bro's not even trying to hide it anymore. Come on, man. You are a killer at heart. You don't need to be threatening niggas like this. Sentinel Prime is hosting the race, and while he's doing a monologue honoring the 13 primes, Orion gives D-16 a fucking jetpack, and the two started participating in the race together. Orion, you conniving little bastard, you knew what you were doing here. Orion and D were bobbing and weaving through fellow racers like how I be dodging through zombies in Black Ops 6, when D-16 suddenly looks at Orion and says,
if we survive this, I'm gonna kill you!
Like, bro, this nigga is already fed up with Pax, dog. This is D's inner Megatron speaking right now. I'm just saying. Long story short, Orion and D ended up fumbling the race by arriving in last place together and landed themselves in the middle of Iacon's medical bay. While the two are discussing how liberating it felt to step outside of their comfort zone while racing together, Arachnid totally would, by the way. Oh my god. And Sentinel Prime paid them a personal visit and told them that they were going to be executed in front of all of Iacon the very next day. Nah, I lied, I'm just kidding. He told the pair that he loved them for what he did, and their actions inspired all the cogless miners to work even harder. But as Sentinel and Arachne began to head out, an angered Darkwing pulled up on our little dynamic duo here and started foaming at the mouth while growling the word miners at them. Freaky ass. Out of context, Darkwing might just be a Cybertronian pedophile, bro. If you're watching this for the first time, you would think this is just as bad as Jared Fogle. Darkwing tossed Orion and D-16 down like 50 levels into the waste management section with no possible way of ever seeing the light of day ever again. And here, they meet another key character. The one, the only, B-127, aka Badassatron. Okay, that's enough meat riding for one day. His name is Bumblebee. You see, Bumblebee has been down here by himself for years, and bro might just be clinically insane. I'm just saying. He built inanimate robots out of garbage to help keep him company, and one of them named Steve started saying what sounded like unintelligible bullshit. Orion wanted to know what was going on, so he walked over to Steve, caught a body by accidentally popping Steve's head off, and suddenly we see an SOS beacon sent from one of the primes named Alpha Trion, and attached were coordinates to his location on the surface. And from here on out, the movie is gonna start getting serious. It is about to go down. On God. D-16 and Orion Pax had a minor argument about their race and escaping out to the surface together. See what I did there? But honestly, nothing came out of it, so we're moving on. Bumblebee, Orion, and D-16 escaped waste management and made it back into Iacon, arrived at a train containing refined energon cubes, which was heading to the surface, and decided to hide in there. So this is where we see Elita 1 again, and she has a grudge out for Orion and D. So when she spotted them hiding in a train together, she started throwing hands. I normally say violence is never the answer, and this time my belief got confirmed to be true in this instance, because just as she was about to sound the alarm, the train's doors began to close and it started moving and grooving. Mans took off and dipped out of the scene like it was me literally running late for work in the morning. I don't want to go, bro. I'm just saying. Our dirty foursome arrives on Cybertron's surface for the first time, but their train ended up getting derailed by the planet's natural, beautiful, gorgeous geometry. Knockout would love it here, I'm just being honest. Elita takes Orion's map to Alpha Trion while D-16 tells him that being here ended up becoming a great idea after all, despite the fact that they all almost got rolled and smoked earlier when they were on the train. So at this point, the gang had no choice but to get some steps in. The four bots embarked on a little quest to Cybertron's surface. The crew walked through mountain ranges, saw and touched grass for the first time, witnessed a herd of wild Cybertronian deer minding their own business, experienced what seemed to be an earthquake, almost got absolutely obliterated by a Quintesson ship. You know, it's like the usual stuff that happens whenever you take a hike through Detroit. Relax, I'm just joking. Holy shit. Orion and the gang eventually make it out to the same cave that held Alpha Trion's last known coordinates. They walk inside, and all we see are the broken bodies of the fallen primes scattered throughout the cave's interior. D-16 began walking amongst the corpses and spotted Megatron's body, and as he began to kneel in front of his fallen idol to pay respects, D-16 began to hit one of the most subtle changes in someone's facial expression I think I've ever seen. The segment lasts for not even 2 seconds, but you see that he begins to start scowling as if he's pissed off at the fact that he learned that the so-called strongest prime ended up meeting his fate here by getting cream pied by the Quintesson forces all those years ago. Or maybe he became angry because he wanted to avenge his hero by slaughtering their killer by, I don't know, ripping them in half or something. Or I could be reaching and this is all done for an entirely different reason. Who knows? I guess it's all a matter of perspectives. Anyway, the gang finds Alpha Trion and realizes he still has a spark of energy left. They revive him by feeding him an energon cube, and the old goat began to tell our crew of misfits some life-shattering news. Orion and the gang were telling Alpha Trion about their journey to return a matrix of leadership to Sentinel Prime, but the old geezer interrupts in mid-sentence and says,
Sentinel is no prime.
When I was in the theaters watching this for the first time, I was like, oh, what do you mean by that? Our 4 crew members were in disbelief, bro. They were like, nah, Sentinel Prime is a hero for the Cybertronian people. This old nigga is lying. But little did we know that Alpha Trion backed his claim up with exclusive receipts because he began to use his, honestly, cool fucking powers to show everybody, movie audience included, that it was Sentinel who was the one who set the other primes up to be exterminated by the Quintesson forces. Also that he, along with the Quintesson Quintessons could gain power and rule Cybertron together with an iron fist. Okay, whoa, wait, there's more. Hold on, stay tuned, stay seated. Once Sentinel and the Quintessons rolled in smoke the ancient primes, the Matrix of leadership deemed him unworthy and faded from existence. This entire diabolical plot was all in service to the Quintessons in exchange for Energon. And the gang, along with Alpha Trion, caught this nigga kneeling in front of the Quintesson overlord in 4K. Like, that is crazy.
This is 4K! How did they get you in 4K?
That ain't me.
Once the truth about Sentinel's deception finally came out, so did D-16's inner Megatron, because he was lied to for his entire life, ever since day one. After D-16 put all of his faith in the Sentinel, his ass started crashing out and began to cook Orion for getting them into this mess, just because he had to break protocol. Nope, there's that protocol word again. I told you it's gonna be important. Orion and D-16 kept arguing about what's gonna happen with the gang once Sentinel realizes they know the truth. Orion is trying to figure out what they're gonna do to attempt to stop Sentinel, but D-16 challenges him by claiming he's selfish and only thinks it makes decisions for himself. Orion then asks if D-16 really wants to stop Sentinel, but in that exact midpoint of the movie, he says,
Don't you want to stop him? No, I want to kill him!
like, oh my god, damn, okay, I gotta get this off my chest for a second. Brian Tyree Henry did his goddamn thing in the booth, because I swear to God, you could hear a fucking pin drop in the scene. Hold on though, because he wasn't done. D-16 then goes full on Megatron again and claims he wants to hang Sentinel by his balls and parade his corpse through Iacon. Okay, I'm lying. That's not what he actually said, one for one, but it was still something similar. You get the idea. Yo, wait, look at Alphatron's face while D is going on about packing up Sentinel. He's like, hold on, this nigga got the right idea, to be honest. He's spitting. But right afterwards, Alphatron then revealed to the gang that Sentinel stole the transformation cogs from newborn Cybertronians so that they can all stay slaving their lives away in the mines forever, just so that he can hold his part of the bargain up for the Quintessons. And as you might imagine, this second truth bomb definitely added way more fuel to D-16's fire. I mean, come on, man, just look at him. You can tell he's both infuriated and disappointed. Reading body language is a real thing, man. But just you wait, because that D-16 counter that you've been seeing since the start of the video is about to be racking up points faster than how cold stores be spreading through college dorms. I'm just saying. Alpha Tron is like, you know what? I fuck with you little niggas. Y'all can hang. And does two things. He gives our squad of 4 misfits their transformation cogs from fallen primes, and he also gives them video evidence on Sentinel's treachery that they can use to expose him to the public. Real quick, I'm not gonna lie, bro, the gang's redesigns go hard. Like, just look at them. They got that shit on.
Let me take a picture of myself real quick, son. Hold on, B. Hold on, yeah. Look at the fucking drip. Yeah.
Oh man, here we go. Sentinel's patrols unfortunately ended up finding out the gang's location. Alpha Trion held off his forces while the gang made their escape. He was cooking them niggas until he got pieced up by Arachnid and later by Sentinel himself. Honestly, I would go more in depth here, but I'm gonna save that for another time. If you guys want a Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime video next, then you know what I'm saying, let me know in the comments section. But anyway, the gang were learning how to transform while escaping Sentinel's guards, and they were almost safe until one measly guard tried to catch Orion lacking and aimed his blicky at the back of his head. Damn, he might be a little cowardly, but this dude is trying to get the job done. All of a sudden, this random gets turned into Swiss cheese from a tank cannon, and we see D-16 transform and started laughing in front of his victim's corpse. Okay, hell nah, dog. See, this is where you're starting to lose me, bro. Now, granted, I know you're defending your friend at the end of the day, but you still just murdered somebody in cold blood, and you're gonna laugh about it afterwards? Nah, this bastard turned into a YN, bro. He might actually be losing his marbles. In all seriousness, in my opinion and perspective, feel free to disagree, I feel like this is exactly what D-16 wanted. Power. Remember when I said that he idolized Megatron for being the strongest prime? Well, I just know that he's feeling good as fuck right now. He just realized he has the power to not only transform, but to fight back against his oppressors and kill them. And that's the same mentality he wants to carry over when he gets his greedy hands on Sentinel Prime. Crazy shit. D grabs the evidence off of Orion. He was like, bro, what the hell are you doing? But as D-16 turns around, his eyes begin to turn into a darker, more reddish shade of yellow and is like,
I got it.
like, damn, okay, bro, you got it. Even while watching this in a movie theater, I still felt threatened by this nigga's aura. and he's not even real. Oh god. Fast forward like 2 minutes of movie time later, and we see the gang traversing through a cliffside during the night. Orion walks up to D-16 and asks him if he's okay, because, well, you know, he's starting to act a little, I don't know, murderous, if you catch my drift. But all D-16 can think about is making Sentinel pay for what he's done to everybody. Orion reassures him and trusts that true justice will be served once Sentinel's crimes against Cybertronians will be revealed to the public. But boy, oh boy, D-16 entered full crash out mode yet again and says,
I will never trust a so-called leader ever again.
oh, brother. Okay, bro, we get it. He's mad at us like we did him wrong. Chill out, nigga. We did nothing to you. I get it. If I learned that my entire existence was all part of a diabolical scheme like Sentinel's, then, you know, I'd be justifiably pissed off too. And I kind of understand that I will never trust another leader part too. Like, this is all coming from a place of anger and frustration. But there comes a point where you eventually stop acting on logic and begin acting based on your emotions. And 9 times out of 10, that's only going to make things worse, especially if you're acting out on pure unadulterated rage instead of just sitting back and taking the time to just think. You know what I mean? But that's just my perspective. Of course, you know, feel free to disagree or whatever. I don't really care. All of a sudden, the gang gets kidnapped and thrown into the back of a white van. Okay, all right. I wasn't ready. Everyone wakes up and we see that the dirty foursome has been taken hostage by the former members of the Cybertronian High Guard. We see that Soundwave, Shockwave, and Starscream are all in command here, and they've been fighting against Sentinel ever since they witnessed his betrayal back when the Primes first fell. Oh, brother, how many ops does one man have? Jesus Christ. Starscream told the group that their mission to Iacon won't succeed because the idea of a unified Cybertron will never exist. According to him, it is a literal myth. The only thing that matters in the former High Guard's eyes now is the strength and power of one man, one machine, one bot to rule over them all. If this isn't a red flag, then I don't know what is. Holy shit. D-16 was not letting Starscream cook though and decided to just get up and walk away. Starscream's like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? His guards stop him from leaving and he's like, that don't work. There's no way out of this one. D-16 turns around, tells Starscream that he's personally gonna make Sentinel pay for what he did today, challenge Starscream while giving into his Megatron phase, and starts beating the dog shit out of him. Yo! Starscream got a few good hits in on bro, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But D-16 shut that shit down. He slams Starscream on the ground and starts trying to cave his fucking face in. This is real YN activity, bro. Please do not go around tackling people to the ground and start trying to beat them to death, bro. I can't believe I gotta say this, but it is not going to end well. I don't know why, but this one part kind of reminds me of when Predaking started going crazy on Wheeljack during their fight in Transformers Prime. I made a video on that way back around when I first started doing this. Tap in if you want. Anyway, while D was trying to splatter Starscream's brains on the ground with his bare hands, he notices that the surrounding crowd began to start glazing him by cheering his name, hyping him up to go ahead and send Starscream back to the main lobby. He then starts choking Starscream, and while bro's on the ground playing it tough, you can hear his vocal module getting crushed by D-16's bare hands. What in the Mortal Kombat is going on here? I was like, god damn, this shit is brutal. D goes in for the killing blow, and all of a sudden a certain arm-mounted signature weapon of a certain key villain in different continuities of the series began to manifest itself. D-16 saw this and was like, you know what? I'm gonna let my nuts hang, and aimed his new trademark fusion cannon right at Starscream's head top, even as he was lying there begging for mercy. Okay, hold on. This is about to be immersion breaking, but just hear me out. I don't know why this one frame is so funny to me, bro. You know what? I remember I saw a meme on Twitter using this exact same image, and I guess it also helps that it just looks so goofy too. Like, yo, oh my god. I don't know. But back to the topic. Orion tells D that Starscream isn't an enemy, and bro goes full Megatron here by convincing his new former High Guard members to march with him in the Iacon while he executes Sentinel and sticks his head onto a metal pike. Crazy shit. But it's not as crazy and heartbreaking as when Orion makes eye contact with D, and you see his optics begin to take an even more reddish tone, symbolizing his current descent into madness. Man, this movie is too good, bro. We need a sequel immediately. Suddenly, we see the Arachnid found and led an attack on a High Guard's base. Everyone put up a good fight, but as you might already know, viewer, skill-based matchmaking is a bitch. The assault ended with D-16, Bumblebee, Starscream, and a couple of unnamed High Guardsmen getting thrown thrown in the back of yet another white van, while Orion, Alita, Shockwave, and Soundwave were left for dead on a battlefield. I know I already said it's about to go down, but from here on out, it's just about to be some real shit, bro. So let's do this. Let's lock in. It's time to lock in. Let's go. Orion and Alita regrouped to rally with the rest of the High Guard. Everyone began to prepare to charge on the Icon to both rescue their friends and to get their lick back. Meanwhile, Sentinel ate off Homelander Prime, brought all of his captives to his office so they can be executed without mercy. Homelander Prime walks in and begins roasting literally every single prisoner in the room. He walked up to D and called Mans a traitor while he was kneeling on the floor. D hit Sentinel with a reverse guard by calling him the traitor instead, but Senior Sentinel over here literally responded back by saying, "Nuh-uh, all of you guys are the real traitors." Like, yo! I swear to God, this man Sentinel is a generational dickhead. He walked over to Bumblebee next and told him he literally declares what the truth is for Cybertron and its people. This motherfucker really is a Cybertronian Homelander, man. These aren't jokes. I'm being serious. D stands against Sentinel and tells the man he has nothing left to lose, only for Sentinel to say, "Yeah, you right. It's because I took it all from you," and rearranges D's face with one punch. Is bro Saitama? Laying niggas out with one punch is diabolical. I'm just saying. Sentinel notices the Megatron's decal that Orion gave D in the beginning of the movie and starts flexing the fact that he stole it for himself after he killed all the primes. Then bro placed the decal on D's chest, conveniently and unironically put out a mining tool, which kind of resembles a Cybertronian-sized blowtorch, and painfully scorched the decal on a D-16's chest. Yeah, okay, man. Whatever happens to Sentinel after this, I just gotta say, he 110% deserves it. I'm just saying. While all this nonsense was going on, Orion completed multiple side quests back at Icon. He returned to the miners' quarters, told his co-workers the truth about Sentinel, and rallied everyone there to stand up and fight for what's right. Okay, I gotta break the fourth wall here for a second. Just like how D-16 intentionally formed the basis of the Decepticons back at the High Guard's HQ with his villainous and violent speech, Orion somewhat did the opposite here. He gathered most of Icon's miners. Oh my god, that just sounds crazy. But his speech here in particular was both heroic and hopeful, which helped form the Autobot cause. I'll talk about this more in depth if I ever do a video on Orion, you know? Let me know if you want that. D stood up again, and Sentinel got this close to rolling him up into a Cybertronian-sized blunt when Arachnid spotted a rogue train headed straight for Sentinel's office. An event that suspiciously resembles something crazy that happened on September 11th occurred at Sentinel's quarters, and we see that Orion and the rest of the gang came to the rescue. Soundwave freed all the prisoners held up in the area, and he began to engage in Cybertronian warfare throughout the entire sector. But here is when shit really started to get real. Orion freed D from his shackles and tells him how to end this entire conflict, but D shoves Orion off of him and says,
I'm doing this my way.
Alright bro, see, now you're just being a dickhead for no reason. Like, stop basing your actions off of emotions and just listen. The gang finds Sentinel amidst all the chaos going on, and everyone besides D leaves on a side quest to get ready to expose Sentinel's crimes to the public. But man, Sentinel was giving D that work. D got 2 good hits in, but Sentinel grabbed his arm and started treating him and throwing him around the arena like a chew toy. Once again, Sentinel was this close to sending D-16 into spectator mode, but it finally happened. A live broadcast of all the shitty things Sentinel has said and done began to play all throughout Iacon, and the entire city began to riot in response. Iacon was looking like the aftermath of a Travis Scott concert, bro. These niggas were in the cut going crazy. D-16, however, used this moment to hit the meanest lick and tackled Sentinel right off of a balcony. Bro got busy and started rearranging Sentinel's face while they were falling in midair. The sheer amount of dedication D has to slay his top op is crazy. Listen, I have no choice but to respect it. Sentinel activates his boosters and the 2 opposing bots conveniently land on top of a monument honoring the Matrix. D wastes no time and goes in to roll the injured Sentinel into a Cybertronian-sized blunt by manifesting his fusion cannon, but his aim is quite frankly dog shit. I mean, yeah, Sentinel boosted out of the way, but low-key, I don't think this shot would have hit him anyway. Stormtrooper aim, bro, it is what it is. Trust me, I know. D-16 walked menacingly towards Sentinel while he was pleading for mercy and aimed his giant arm glizzy at him again. But this time, shout out to Orion Pax, because plot convenience ordered him to tackle D and spare Sentinel's life. D looks at Orion in shock as he tells him that their fight is over. The battle is already won. They expose Sentinel for the true asshole he is. Our bucket-headed boy vehemently disagrees and tells Orion that Sentinel deserved to die for his crimes against Cybertronians. But Orion countered this point by saying 2 things. For one, they cannot start a new era in Iacon with a public execution. And 2, they're better than this. Don't be like Sentinel and kill your way through everything. Unfortunately though, this did nothing but piss D-16 off even further. God damn it, man. So I get why Orion said it to him just now. I really do. But this was just a wrong time to say something like that, man. The message came from a good place though. Don't become like the person who you made it your entire life mission to kill them by, killing them. And I do get D-16's perspective too. Honestly, I wouldn't want bro to live after everything he's done either. But comparing him to the enemy as he was both seeing red and was almost in the middle of ending dude's life is some piss poor timing from Orion, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is all in my opinion, by the way, but like, why would you say that right then and there? Like, that is a crazy fumble. I think Orion would have had a way better chance of stopping D's rampage right there if he didn't just say that. But it is what it is. It's already said and done. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. But it's not as crazy as when D-16 threatened and pummeled Orion and got him to move out of the way. D walked up to Sentinel for one last time and charged up his fusion cannon. Bro really said third time's the charm. That's crazy. But as D began to take the shot, Orion moved in and sacrificed himself to save Sentinel's life. Oh, come on, man. God damn it. D rushes in to save Orion from falling into the dark abyss down below, and as he's staring into his dying friend's eyes, D's expression goes from being horrified from what just happened to transitioning to sheer frustration and anger. He put his head down as he's continuing to process everything, and then, ladies and gentlemen and humans of all races and ages, it happened. He looks up, eyes burning bright red with rage, tells Orion,
I'm done saving you.
and lets go of him. Oh my god. Every time I watch this scene, I start feeling emotions, bro. This shit hits harder than a fucking heartbreak, man. Come on. The music here, along with everything else that led up to this point, it's just, oh my god, it's so good, bro. They cooked. Wanna know what else is cooked though? Sentinel Homelander Prime. He is now alone up there, weakened and injured by the man who made it his entire life goal to send his ass down to Satan himself. The last of Sentinel's guards conveniently pulled up on him to defend them for one last time, but D-16 murdered them all by ripping them apart with his bare fucking hands. He then grabbed Sentinel, lifted him up, and proceeded to divide this fraud by two. Not gonna lie, he did have this coming, I'm just saying. Rip Bozo, goodbye, and good riddance. It is not over though. D-16 decided to use his opportunity to pull his pants down and show the world who's really the hardest of them all. He ripped Megatron's T-cock from Sentinel's dead body, proclaimed that the age of primes is now over under his rule, replaced his transformation cock with the one used by Megatron's, and while his body is now upgrading to his ultimate form, he tells Iacon that he's going under a new identity.
Megatron!
Here it is, boy. The treacherous tyrant makes his triumphant return. He commands his high guard to start destroying the city and kill every last one of Sentinel's followers. Alita and Bumblebee rush in and try to stop Megatron from causing any more damage. But bro, these niggas got cooked. They didn't even stand a chance against this man. But as Megatron was about to turn these two into past tense, suddenly a bright blue explosion appeared in the area and knocked everyone over. And we see that Orion Pax, aka Robo Jesus, aka Optimus Prime, arrived onto the battlefield. Everybody was amazed at the fact that he's back. Meanwhile, Megatron was fucking disgusted by seeing his best friend come back from the dead, bro. He saw that the Matrix chose Optimus, and the two began to clash in what I say is one of the best fights in the series. Okay. Sorry to break the immersion, but I'm not gonna cover the fight here because I already made a video talking about it. Feel free to watch it though. But long story short, Megatron and his High Guard members got their asses whooped. Prime showed his attackers mercy, but he was heartbroken and betrayed at the fact that his best friend ended up becoming Cybertron's biggest crash out by acting exactly like Sentinel. And as Megatron was tearing up and recovering from his injuries, Prime banished him along with his former High Guard members from ever stepping foot in Iacon ever again. Damn! And here, at this very moment, is how one of the most iconic beefs in all of fiction has started. Megatron took his followers and escaped to the surface, while Prime used his Matrix to restore not only the flow of Energon to the planet, but to also give back what Sentinel stole from everybody else, the transformation cogs. And that right there is pretty much the end of the movie. Optimus forms what we know as the Autobots, while Megatron and his fiends hide on Cybertron's surface and officially form the Decepticons. We also get introduced to some of the hardest frames in the entire movie, and oh my god damn, these niggas look menacing. So, was D-16 right? Well, in my opinion, yes and no. The thing about D-16 was, he was just selfish. Remember earlier when he and Orion were arguing in front of Alpha Trion and the gang? Like, he claimed that Orion was just thinking for himself, when in reality the situation is, he was doing things for the greater good for, well, everybody involved. Being free from the shackles of mining for the rest of their lives, wishing everyone would have their own free will, compared to D, who was always by the books and just locked up in his own mind. I agree with him though. Sentinel is a horrible person and he deserved to get rolled and smoked, but D definitely took things a little too far by claiming he had to end things by himself. Let me just ask this. What made D-16 struggle so different compared to everyone else's, to the point where he felt compelled to just end things his way? I don't know. You tell me if you have any thoughts. But all I gotta say is, selfish niggas, man. You hate to see it. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this video is a 30-minute yap session, dog. Or however long this thing is. Regardless, if you stuck around and made it this far, then I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Yeah, this is my longest video to date, and you know, it took some time to make it, but you know, I hope you enjoyed it regardless. But just remember to consider leaving a like and subscribe if this video made you laugh or smile at all. And join the Discord and check out the second channel if you want. So yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Links will always be in the description for those. But yeah, go eat something, go stay hydrated, and hopefully, oh yeah, take care of yourself still, that's important. But hopefully, yeah, I'll see you in the next video, whenever that one drops. But in the meantime, take it easy and peace out.